I didn't get you. What you're telling? Again, come back.
The
What?
formula of friction I was telling. We have to
No, no,
use no.
no. That is different friction. That is like contact friction. Here it is a force, right? Friction is
Yes.
nothing but a kind of force. So we are directly specifying the retardation value, which that force will be applying on the particular movement. So that
Okay, sir.
frictional acceleration value is -1.
So
But the value
so
of
then
T is
the time
36.
taken will be root 1700 minus 10 by 2.
Wait, I got the value as 36.6.
36.6 means after simplifying the square root value.
Yeah, because I just simplified it. Because it's a root of 7,500, right?
Okay, yeah, correct.
Wait a minute. Let me just. I'll just verify my calculation.
Yeah, even like Shravan is getting 5 root 17 minus 5, like 15 seconds is getting.
Hmm.
Yeah, Ryan, what you got?
Sir, I think I just did a small. I did a calculation error. I'll just tell you in a moment.
Okay, and Surya?
Sir, yes, sir. 1 second. Let me just check.
Uh,
Simplify the square root divided by 2. Yes, sir. I'm getting 15.62.
yeah, absolutely correct. Even I'm getting the same.
Okay, sir. So 15.62 is the time taken, and then we just put it in the other formula for horizontal.
Yeah, perfect. So the here time you will get 15.62, you take 15.6 seconds. And horizontal, you again apply the formula S is equal to ut plus half at square. Yeah?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah, perfect, perfect. Chalo, means you are done with the solution.
Sir, how did you get 15.6?
After solving this quadratic equation, you use the formula method.
It'll be
Minus b
easier
plus minus.
if you take
Sir,
5 common.
how did you
Divide by
get as 5t square? Shouldn't it be plus half t square because retardation is -1?
And what is half into g?
Oh, okay. So we'll consider g. Okay.
G is considered, no? Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. And
Thank
as Surya said, if you divide the entire equation by 5, it simplifies the equation, the calculation part.
But then, sir, we will be considering g as negative or positive.
Positive, it is downward, na?
Okay,
I said
yeah.
the
Okay, air friction is neglected here. Okay.
yeah. So air friction is acting only in the horizontal direction, not the vertical.
Not the vertical direction.
Yeah. Okay, chalo. Thank you, Minoti, Surya, and Ryan.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm just explaining the thing, those who haven't understood about it. The first section of the question, which was specified, it was just related that from a certain height the plane was flying, and from that height packet was released, and the speed with which it was released, the speed was given as 100 meter per second. And the aeroplane was flying at a height which was nothing but 2000 meter. This was the first section of the question which was specified, and air resistance was not present. So we just applied the type 2 method for it. So it will have this type of projection. So for vertical case, we directly had a formula that H is equal to half G capital T square. So we'll use this formula to get the value of time it takes to reach the ground. And then your horizontal range was nothing but is equal to 100 into capital T. So that was the first set of question which was asked. The second type of question I just specified that there will be some air friction also present which is acting in the opposite direction of horizontal motion. And the retardation force which is going to be applied, that is of -1 meter per second square. So the only change in the entire solution will be that instead of taking the second formula as R is equal to UT, you have to use the second new formula for R as nothing but S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Means you need to use this formula, because horizontal also the velocity is changing, it is not uniform. So whatever the time you will get, you use that. Horizontal velocity is 100, acceleration value you will take it as -1. So if air friction is present, they will specify the direction of air friction. So if I specify the air friction is in the horizontal direction, so the horizontal motion will become a non-uniform motion, due to which the formula applicable for your range will be UT plus half AT square. So I will use the time value from the first condition, substitute in your range formula to get the range value. This was the second change which I made. In the third change, keeping the air friction constant, height constant, I just inclined the initial velocity to the downward direction, making an angle of 30°. That was the third change which I made. So instead of going horizontal, I said that it is moving in the downward direction such that making an angle of 30° with the horizontal. Air friction is still present. So for this case, we need to just resolve it into two components as vertical and horizontal. So the vertical component which you will get, that will be your sine component. So that will be your 100 sine 30. And the horizontal component of the speed will become your 100 cos 30. So for vertical, you will use kinematic equation, initial velocity 100 sine 30, displacement as 2000, acceleration as 10. You will end up to this equation and you will get time as 15.6. For horizontal motion, since air friction is there, again you will apply the motion equation. Since here again you will apply the formula R is equal to ut plus half at square. So whatever time you got 15.6, that you will substitute. Acceleration you will substitute as -1, because horizontal the speed is decreasing. As in second case also, when I applied, it was decreasing. So I hope all the three parts are pretty clear now. Satakshi, for you, is it clear? Karthik, clear now? Karthik, I'm not able to unmute you. Is it clear each and everyone? Anyone is having any doubt to the changes I made in the question? Yeah, Parth.
What did you do in the second question?
Yeah, Karthik.
So what did you do in the second question?
So in the second part of the question, Karthik, you're asking for the second part of the question with the changes I made.
Yes, sir.
I just made a small change. I am saying air friction is also present. And air friction is horizontal, acting at a value of -1 meter per second square.
How is friction accelerate?
Yeah. Yeah, Parth.
So in the third case, after you split into components, I didn't understand. After that,
Once you split the components, now you have the vertical case separately, horizontal case separately. So using the vertical case, you just get the time value it takes to reach the ground, because vertical I know the displacement. So using the motion equation, I can get the value of time, because all the data, other data is given to me. And that time I can use for the horizontal case.
okay. So the friction will react on horizontal.
Yeah, friction is acting horizontal as per my question which I gave, that air friction is acting horizontal.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Anant. Anant, you want to ask something?
Yes, sir. I understood the part you got 100 sine 30 and 100 cos 30. Then I didn't understand how did you get that quadratic equation.
Applying the formula, this is S U T plus half at square. So A is 10, so half into 10 will be 5. And it will be positive, na, because my motion is downward.
Yes, sir.
So if motion is downward with the gravity, so acceleration is taken as positive.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, Ryan.
Sir, I am getting the answer approximately as 1230 meters.
1230. Wait, someone even has given the answer.
Approximately.
Yeah, I think so. It's the same.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, sir.
1230. Yeah, correct. Okay, so that was just some changes made in the numbers. Obviously, you'll get some answer, a complicated square root or something. In the exam, you'll get a perfect. My thing of explanation was just to make the things pretty clear. That if the question has this way, so what should be your approach? So if air friction is available, so what should be your approach? That was my only point to make the things clear. And if air friction is not there, then what should be the equations which we will assume? Yeah, Ryan, tell me.
Sir, this is like the type 2 equations, but generally if we have projectile equations where we are throwing some object in real life, air resistance only acts horizontally, or it can like act vertically
It
as
acts
well.
both. It acts both.
It acts both. Okay.
It acts
But
both,
in
but at the same time, they're also like air friction is not being specified in the question. They will specify the wind speed,
okay.
the retardation provided by the wind. So they won't use a word friction. They will make it more specific by using a word wind, the wind blow, the wind flow, that way.
Okay, so how do we, but that would be in meters per second, right?
Yeah, no, the rate at which wind is flowing.
Oh, okay, the rate at which the wind is flowing. So
So
then,
they will give the retardation value only.
okay, so we can consider that as the drag.
Yeah, that is a drag. So they might tell you that the wind is flowing in the direction, or they might tell you the wind is flowing in the opposite direction. So
Okay.
there you need to just take either a positive or a negative accordingly.
But then, like in this situation, we did not take air resistance as vertically, or like vertically, it
No,
was
no,
not
no, no.
acting.
I just specified that air resistance is just applied on a horizontal direction.
If it is such, then we'll have to split it into two components.
No, if it is
Then,
given in an inclined position, then there
yeah,
will be two components.
two
But if it is
components,
specified that it is only horizontal, then only horizontal.
only
If it is vertical,
horizontal.
then only vertical. That way.
Okay, but if it is given that it is in at like some angle, so then we split it into two
Then
components.
it will be two components, and one component will get added with your gravity
Y
because
and one with the I.
horizontal.
Yeah.
That one.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so chalo, we will just go back to the worksheet. Yeah, Rana.
हाँ सर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन
चलो तुम बताओगे?
अकेले बताऊं सर
हाँ बताओ ना, लेकिन मैं उसमें कुछ चेंजेस करने वाला हूँ, तैयार हो ना?
हाँ तो सर फिर 10th क्वेश्चन में चेंजेस करते ज्यादा अच्छा रहता चलो
नहीं चलो तुम्हारे साथ इवन आदि.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Adi is there and even Ryan is there to help you. Ryan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
अच्छा, तो खारगर, नेरुल and Pawai. Okay, Rana
Yeah.
चलेगा ना? Chalo then all three of you. See, third question is simple as you're looking, but I am going to make some changes.
Yeah.
Okay. So first tell me what answer you will get for this type of question. Whatever is specified.
I was
3.33
I was getting answers 322.6 meters per second.
322.
Yeah.
सर मुझे 333 आ रहा है
मैं 333
Method
आया. हाँ बोलो, मेथड बोलो तुम.
हाँ सर हाइट 1.9 है
Okay.
तो 1.9 is equal to half gt square
1.9 equal to half gt square. Okay.
तो सॉल्व कर लेंगे तो 1.9 upon 4.9 is equal to t square t का वैल्यू 0.622 आ जाएगा अप्रोक्सीमेटली 0.6.
अच्छा तुमने 9.8 लिया.
हाँ सर अप्रोक्सीमेटली
हाँ.
0.6 ले लेते हैं फिर d is equal to vt यानी वेलोसिटी वाला नॉर्मल डिस्प्लेसमेंट अपॉन टाइम वाला तो
हाँ.
d दिया हुआ है 200 is equal to vt और t है हमारे पास 0.6 तो वेलोसिटी आ जाएगा 2000 upon 6 वो 33.33 नहीं सॉरी
200 upon
333.33. हाँ
Okay. Means like it was simply taken as 1.90 into 2 divide by 9.8, correct? और जो भी
Yeah.
आंसर आया उसका फिर स्क्वायर रूट ले लिया. So
हाँ.
answer we get as something 0.6.
0.6.
0.6. And if I take 0.6 and if I do 200 divided by 0.6, I will get answer as 333. Correct? Adi, Rana. Adi को मिला क्या?
सर सही
Sir, can you explain again?
या राना बताओ. आदि को एक
अच्छा
बार.
मैं बताऊं हाँ,
हाँ.
देखो बेटा आदि क्या करना है हाइट जो है वो 1.9 मीटर है उसको हाफ gt स्क्वायर से इक्वेट कर देना है g के जगह 9.8 g का वैल्यू पुट कर देना
हाँ
है
वो तो पता है.
इक्वेशन को अगर हम सॉल्व कर देंगे तो 1.9 इज इक्वल टू 4.9 t स्क्वायर t का यहाँ से वैल्यू मिल जाएगा ठीक है t का वैल्यू आ जाएगा 0.6. अब एक फॉर्मूला हमने 6th में सीखा था वेलोसिटी इज इक्वल टू डिस्प्लेसमेंट या डिस्टेंस अपॉन टाइम जो भी तो हम लोग को डिस्टेंस दिया हुआ है 200 टाइम है दोनों को आपस में मल्टीप्लाई कर लेंगे तो
डिवाइड
हाँ डिवाइड कर देंगे तो टाइम मिल जाएगा
Okay.
333.33.
Yeah, actually, sir, I have taken the value of t is 0.62, so that's why my answer was this.
Yeah, I understood.
Yeah.
So whatever value you'll consider near to answer, you'll get. So the answer is
Yeah.
actually ranging from 321 to 333. So this is
Oh,
the range you will get.
okay.
Yeah. Chalo, now I'm making a small change.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Adi, Rana, Ryan, all the three
Yes.
of you ready?
हाँ
Okay.
सर
Chalo, Ryan, you suggest me what change we can make as per you.
Sir, you can add air resistance.
वो तो पुराना हो गया ना,
सर
सेकंड
वो
में पिक
फालतू
किया
हो जाएगा
कुछ
क्योंकि सर
नया.
बुलेट को एयर रेजिस्टेंस लगा दोगे फिर भी आदमी मरेगा ही सर
हाँ
एयर
नहीं,
रेजिस्टेंस
हाँ
लगा
तो और
फायदा
कुछ और कुछ.
The angle, then we can change. The bullet was not fired horizontally.
It was.
सर ने तो एक काम करते हैं ना आधे रास्ते पे कबूतर आ गए ठीक है सर
चलो हाँ
आधे रास्ते पे कबूतर आ गई सर उसको गोली लग गई
हाँ चलो चलो तुम्हारा कबूतर वाले एग्जांपल लेते हैं. आई एम टेलिंग दैट द राइफल इज नॉट फायर्ड हॉरिजॉन्टली. नाउ राइफल इज गोइंग टू बी फायर्ड at certain angle.
Okay.
Okay, certain angle, suppose I take it as 60 degree.
Okay.
Right? हाँ जब फायर होगा उसी टाइम पे कबूतर एक सर्टन हाइट से ऊपर से फ्लाई होगा. करेक्ट राना?
हाँ सर
हाँ तो suppose if I just assume that the particular pigeon is at a height of 500 meter
Yeah.
above the rifle. हाँ, and he is going to travel with a uniform velocity.
Okay.
Okay, so now find out the velocity of the of the pigeon so that the bullet hits the pigeon.
So the bullet hits the pigeon.
Yeah, so I want the constant velocity of the pigeon such that the bullet hits the pigeon.
And what is the distance of the pigeon that's not specified?
500 meter above the rifle.
500. So like, is it like what's the R is not given? That means from the
R is
rifle
not
to the
given.
pigeon.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll just write the question also. Like I can say, like rifle is fired at an angle of how much I said 60 degree, no?
60 degree.
At
Yeah.
an angle of 60 degree with the horizontal.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what I assumed? A pigeon.
Yeah.
Okay. Pigeon is
Flying at altitude
Okay. At an altitude.
500 meter.
Okay. Altitude 500 meter above the. Exactly above will write, na? So that it will be more clear. Okay. It will be exactly above the rifle, right?
Yeah.
With uniform velocity.
Yeah, with uniform. So what that's also not specified. What's the velocity?
That only I need to find out. So it is flying with uniform velocity. So I need to find the velocity such that bullet hits the pigeon.
पिजन को एक जगह पे रख लो ना सर.
हाँ?
पिजन को क्यों उड़ा रहे हो सर एक ही जगह पे रखो ना सर उसको.
नहीं ऐसा कैसा.
सर आपका एनएसजीएस के लेक्चर में बैठा हूँ मैं ऐसे क्वेश्चन बहुत आए थे.
चलो यू कैन ट्राई नाउ. एक इंटरेस्टिंग है यार. कितना वो बोरिंग क्वेश्चंस करते रहेंगे. कुछ कबूतर उड़ाते हैं.
हाँ सर.
60 degree.
Yeah, 60 degree with the horizontal.
अच्छा सर अकेले अकेले सॉल्व करेंगे तो थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाएगा. डिस्कस कर लेते हैं ना सर थोड़ा सा नीचे से.
Yeah, now that only we need to find out the speed of the pigeon. Yeah, Shravan is saying something. Yeah, you can use Shravan if you want.
So we can consider the velocity of the bullet as 333.33333, right?
Yeah, the same.
Yeah, because then we can simplify it as 1000 by 3.
Okay. But how it will be 333 then?
वो 60
Because that
degree
answer तो you got for horizontal case ना. अभी तो 60 degree पे है.
हाँ. Okay.
तो 500 by
No,
वो आ
sir,
जाएगा
but
500.
but we'll need to know the velocity of the bullet, right?
No, why? The rifle barrel is 1.90 from the ground.
Okay.
So use that. Use that and get the value of initial velocity. Yeah, Surya, tell me.
Yes, sir. Sir, there's one issue though, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
So if we solve for the height at which the bullet, so we have to basically use s is equal to ut plus half at square, right?
Okay. Yeah.
For the when it reaches a height of 500 meters.
Okay.
Right? But so even if the vertical components line up, how do we know for sure that the horizontal components will lie up? Since you fix the angle, right? If the horizontal components don't line up, then
Horizontal component is lying up, na? Why horizontal component is not lying up? That is the constant, na? Horizontal component is not going to change.
I'm saying bullet also has horizontal velocity, right?
Huh.
So, sir, and what is the velocity of the pigeon?
That we need to find out.
Find out.
That only we need to find out, such that the bullet
Okay,
hits
so
the
bullet
pigeon.
we know.
Yeah, we know the bullet. We just know the
Sir,
inclination.
Sorry, sir. Okay, sorry. my
Understood
bad,
the
sir.
question?
Understood, sir. So because if okay, never mind, sir. Because if pigeon was given, then it might not line up.
It won't line up, na? So for that reason, give for the pigeon. So I know the pigeon is going to be very high speed now. If we just compare the final answer.
Sir, but then the pigeon, the velocity of the pigeon will just be the horizontal component for the.
Why you are releasing the? Why you're saying the answer?
Oh, sorry, sir.
Thank you, bhai.
No, sir, but this is my doubt, sir.
No, your approach is correct. Your doubt is your approach. You're right, actually, what you're saying.
Okay, sir, I'm sorry. I was thinking that if we solve for one, the other one will line up. But then if one of them is always lining up, then we just solve for the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir.
No.
The result root 13384. 13384.
Root of?
13384.
Wait a minute. Root of 13384. Something around 115. Coming as 115 something.
Yes, sir.
Let's check. Shravan. Rana bolo.
Sir, we can use the angle which you have given to make the speed as something like 196. As I got the total speed as 336, we can simplify it, divide it by 2, and then add subtract it with x. Add with the x, and then but how can we find the horizontal speed, sir?
Horizontal speed is the curve. Is the cos why we need horizontal distance?
Sir, because if we had a horizontal distance, then what we will do is we will add 196 plus x as the total speed in the horizontal direction.
But horizontal direction, why we that I'm asking. Why we need that horizontal direction on
Sir, what I was thinking is that if we know the speed of the bullet, then we can do h is equal to u square sine square theta by 2g, because then so 500 is equal to u square, and then sine square theta we know that 60, then 3 by 4 we'll get. So like that we can do, but I'm not able to find the speed of the bullet only.
I use the same
Sir,
formula.
all I'm able to find out is the horizontal speed of bullet is 168.
How you got that?
हाँ सर, लेकिन एक बात मैं बोल रहा था कि कोई भी अगर
हाँ बोलो राना।
करेंगे तो सर बुलेट फायर करेंगे तो प्रोजेक्टाइल थोड़ी ना आता, वो तो सीधा निकल के जाके लग जाएगा ना उसको।
वो कैसे भी हो ना, वो कैसे भी हो। अभी ऊपर वाले क्वेश्चन में भी 1.90 मीटर अबव द ग्राउंड, मतलब उसने प्रोजेक्टाइल तो फॉर्म किया ही ना रेजिस्टेंस के वजह, ग्रेविटेशन की वजह से।
हाँ सर।
तो यहाँ पे भी मोस्ट पॉसिबल हो सकता है, कभी ना कभी वो जाके प्रोजेक्टाइल फॉर्म कर ही लेगा, कभी ना कभी तो जमीन पे आएगा ना।
हाँ सर।
हाँ तो
So sir, since you have changed the question, the rifle is fired with an angle of 60 degrees. It travels 200 meters to the level of the, like where it's fired from, or it lands on ground, and then that's the distance.
Same level.
Same level, 200 meters. So R is equal to 200 meter.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
सर पवई के बच्चे बड़े अच्छे डाउट में हिंट दे देते हैं।
हाँ,
पवई के बच्चे बड़े अच्छे सर डाउट में हिंट दे देते हैं। PWT लिखना चाहिए इन लोगों को हमारे साथ, अच्छे खासा हिंट मिल जाएगा हम लोग को इनके डाउट में।
हाँ चलो बताओ अभी आंसर इसका जल्दी।
हाँ सर, वो रास्ते में। अरे सर रेंज लगाएंगे तो सीधा यू निकल जाएगा ना।
हाँ।
पर हाँ,
कौन बालक था सर, उसको नहीं आ रहा था।
पता नहीं ना, तुम लोग ही कर रहे हो, मैं कहाँ कुछ बोल रहा हूँ। भूपेन बताओ। Yeah, Bhupen, tell me.
Sir, in the first sum, sir, the answer is 2 meter.
Which first sum? The first main question, this one?
Yes.
0.9.
0.9 meter.
H is equal to half GT square and then R is equal to UT.
हाँ सर, लेकिन U का वैल्यू बड़ा कचड़ा आ रहा है सर.
क्या आ रहा है?
सर 4000 अपॉन √3, उसका भी होल रूट.
हाँ, फोर्स का भी रूट.
अच्छा, रूट ऑफ 4000 बाय √3 ना?
हाँ.
चलो मैं तुम्हें वैल्यू बता देता हूँ ना इसका. 48 आ रहा है इसका वैल्यू.
कैलकुलेटर यूज कर रहे हो ना सर?
हाँ, तो अभी क्या करें यार, तुम लोग के लिए हेल्प कर रहा हूँ. ये तो वैल्यू दिया होगा डायरेक्टली एग्जाम में, डोंट वरी.
Okay, so 48.
48 meter per second is the velocity.
500.
Yeah, Surya, tell me.
Sir, so we already know the velocity of the bullet and the angle, right?
No, we don't know the velocity of the bullet. That we are finding out.
So, but we know the velocity of the. So then, which one do we not know and which one do we know?
Both the speeds we don't know.
Okay.
We just know the given data, whatever is given.
Okay, sir.
Okay, the same data you need to use. Just
so
it is not.
There are many possible values, right?
How come?
No, sir. Sorry. There should be many possible values, because if we can change both, then we can find minimum value, but then there are many possible values, right? Because it's not necessary that it hits it at maximum height, right?
No, so it is not hitting at the maximum height. Who says it is hitting at the maximum height? I'm not saying.
So then, if we can change both of them to whatever, if both of them are can be changed, then we can have. If we just keep increasing one, we can increase the other two, right?
So just
then,
see, I will just clear the confusions. Rather than just complicating the things that at a certain height and with what velocities they will move, just tell me, the pigeon is moving with a constant velocity.
Yes, sir.
Right. The projectile horizontal motion is also constant velocity.
Yes, sir. So we equate
both
them.
are starting at the same time. So
Yes,
just
sir.
find the horizontal velocity component of the bullet. That is your velocity of the pigeon.
Yes,
if both
sir.
are same, only it is going to hit.
So, but then there's also a minimum requisite, because we need to have U to at least have a max, at the least have max height of 500 meters.
No, but why we need
so that minimum
maximum
value is also there, sir, because you could have for example, say the pigeon's velocity was 10 meters per second, right? And then this U cos theta equals 10 meters per second, so U equals cos 60, U cos 60 equals 10 meters per second, U equals 20.
Okay.
Right? U equals 20, but if you calculate max height with that, it won't reach till 100. Sorry, 500.
Okay.
Right. So you could set U to literally anything, right? So
you
let's
just say that we need to
the,
define the possible range considering that height.
Yes, sir. We can only define a range. We can't actually give specific values. We can give a minimum, and then maximum can go up to infinity.
Anyway, yeah. So just get the minimum value in that case.
Okay,
तो सर 24 है क्या आंसर?
Yeah.
भारत माता की जय, खारगर जीत गया सर.
और तुमने कंपोनेंट निकाला फाइनली, नथिंग एल्स.
हाँ बस. लेकिन सर पवई के बच्चे बड़े अच्छा क्या डाउट पूछते हैं सर. हमारे यहाँ तो लोग पूछेंगे डाउट की राइट आंख बंद करके गोली मारी थी कि लेफ्ट आंख बंद करके गोली मारी थी. इनके डाउट बड़े कमाल के.
चलो, थैंक यू.
चलो सर,
फाइनली वी गॉट द आंसर.
10th क्वेश्चन पे फिर से मिलेंगे सर. बड़ा अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, एक बार पढ़ लेना.
Okay, so I hope everyone are pretty clear. Just apply the simple logic. Whenever it is being specified about horizontal motion as uniform, just get the condition for your component of horizontal velocity. That's it. Okay, so chalo, I'm just moving to the 4th question. Yeah, Shravan, tell me.
Sir, since the angle which you have given was 60 degree.
Yeah.
Sir, so the horizontal speed would be something like x by 2 if the total speed was x.
√3 by 2.
So
cos 60, yeah, half. Yeah, 1 by 2.
So just by multiplying 2 to the previous answer, we would get x as 666. And we already know the fact that the bullet travels for only 200 meters. So what we can do is 666 minus plus x plus x, sorry sir, plus x is equal to 200, or x equals to using this relation we can find x, sir. I mean,
correct.
So but then the answer I get would be in decimals or something.
Acha. Okay. So first you apply the ranges 200 meter, correct? R
Yes,
is equal to 2 u square sine theta cos theta by g. U as your 60. U as 60, correct?
Sir, I mainly use the one dimension formula, sir.
Acha, one dimensional formula.
Sir, because I know for sure that x by 2 is 333.
No, but that is not 333. How come that is 333?
Sir, from the previous questions, the time would not change, sir. So it would be 0.6 for the entire duration. So using that, we get as 200 equals to x by 2 into 0.6.
Why time will not change?
Yes, sir.
Why the time won't change?
So because now I'm not considering about the PGN at all, but I'm considering about the entire motion so that I can get the horizontal velocity.
Yeah, correct. So means you're talking about this type of projectile, it is going to have at an angle of 60 degree, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. So for this 60 degree, if I specify that my range is given as total 200 meter, are you right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So range is given as 200 meter.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the time of flight you will calculate for the entire first, because it is a complete projectile, na? So time of flight formula will be 2u sine theta by g. Yeah.
Yes, sir, but we can also do this by the since from the this was fired from a height, no sir, 1.9.
Yeah, but 200 meter is at the same level.
Okay,
200 meter I'm taking at the same level, so that it completes the total projectile at 200 meter. Same this way.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm not under just considering that what height it is.
Yes, sir.
So that is just neglected. I'm just considering that 200 meter on the same level. So for this complete projectile, can I say I can apply the time of flight formula?
Yes, sir.
I will get the total time it takes. And from that time, if I multiply this time value, or sorry, if I divide the 200 meter by the time of flight, can I get the value of range? Oh, sorry, can I get the value of your speed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because the speed value I need to calculate. Okay, but
yes,
that speed value is what? U cos 60.
Which is 1 by 2.
So means this 200 will be multiplied by 2 also. So whatever answer you're going to get, that you need to multiply by
2, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you got the initial velocity.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Now what they say, the bird is flying with a uniform velocity. Your ball is also having a uniform velocity horizontally.
Yes,
means
sir.
both the horizontal components should be same. Only then I can make a chance that it might hit.
Okay, sir.
Okay, neglecting all the factors at what height it is. So what I need to just find out, I just need to find out the value of u cos 60. And what is that? 200 by capital T. That
Sir,
was a simple thing.
Sir, but then where is u, sir? 2u sine theta upon g.
That is your time of flight formula.
Sir, but I'm asking what is the value for u? 2u you have mentioned. We know g, we know sine.
So for that case, you need to substitute u value over here as u. The same t value substitute over here. U square you will get. If you substitute this t value in this, you will get u square, no?
Yes, sir. U square equals to some value.
U square equal to some value, and you can get the value of u.
Yes,
because
sir.
all the data you know the angle also, and you know the values also. The time of flight you just substituted in it, and you got the initial velocity.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
So it would be this 200 multiplied by g upon 2u sine theta.
Yeah, correct. So you can say 200 into
200 into 10 upon x root 3.
1 2. So that is coming as 1000, and this is your u cos theta into u sin theta, correct?
Sir, here, but here the formula says that 2 sine theta, no sir. So sine 60 equals to root 3 by 2. 2 cut, so
Okay.
root 3.
Okay.
So I'm getting root 3 x square equals to 4000.
Correct. So that will be 200 into 10 divided by 2 root 3, correct?
Sir, so it, sir, can you repeat again?
See, it was 200, correct?
200 into 10 upon root 3 equals to x square. So x equals to the entire square root upon 3.
So that is coming as 33.9.
33.8. So okay,
Yeah.
so the value must be 33.9.
34. Yeah, so 34
30.
meter per second.
Yes, sir. So the duck, the pigeon or something must travel at 34 meters.
Correct.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
So
Ryan.
because of
Sir, I didn't understand. Like I was getting the value of V as 24 meters per second.
How come?
Because what I did was simply that we got U as 48. Then I did 48 cos 60 is equal to velocity of the pigeon.
Sir, he might have V as 9.8.
Ha, probably.
Okay.
I'll just check if I take 200 into 9.8 divided by root 3. So I get the answer, root of the answer. No, it is again the same. It is coming as 33.6. The final
Okay,
answer.
so but the T you're considering is the total time of flight, right? It's
Yeah,
not
total
the
time of flight.
So but the pigeon might intersect at any point in the flight.
Yeah, let him intersect, na. But for that, I am using the data of 200 meter, na. So they have specified the horizontal distance is 200 meter.
Oh, so you're calculating U right now and then you're substituting.
Yeah, correct. So first I'm calculating the initial velocity. Then I'm
Okay.
using initial velocity into cos 60 to get my pigeon velocity. Simple now,
Okay.
understood? Or still
Yeah,
confusions?
yeah, I understood it, sir. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Sir, and here to have a small chance of hitting the speed of speed of pigeon must be equal to the speed of bullet. How did you deduce this, sir?
Because both are moving at a uniform velocity. So that was the only condition.
Okay, sir.
So that is a minimum possible chance. As Shravan was saying. So we have to get that minimum possible chance. Yeah, Dhruv?
Sir, what exactly was the question, sir?
हाँ, क्वेश्चन वाज जस्ट लाइक कि जो तुम्हारा अभी राइफल है दैट इज एट एन इंक्लाइन पोजीशन, ओके, और 60 डिग्री उसने हॉरिजॉन्टल के साथ है, एंड व्हेन यू फायर दैट एट अ 60 डिग्री इट इज गोइंग टू कवर अ हॉरिजॉन्टल डिस्टेंस ऑफ 200 मीटर, okay. If that bullet is being fired from a rifle, it is going to fall at a distance of how much? 200 meter. So when it was getting fired, at that time the same pigeon was flying at a certain height with a uniform velocity. I just need to check whether a pigeon will be hit or not. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what about the fourth question? Skyer leaves the horizontal. Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah, sir, I have answer for both the question 4 and question 5.
Yeah, fourth one you tell me first.
Yeah, so fourth one we'll take U as 25 meters per second.
Okay, wait, I am right. Okay, U as 25 meter per second, then?
Then we'll take R as 70 meters.
R is 70 meters, correct.
So R is equal to UT.
R is equal to UT, that is the first formula you will apply. Wait, I am just writing parallelly so that others could even specify. So I am using R is equal to UT in the first case. Okay, then?
Yeah, then I'll get T value as 2.8.
T value is 2.8 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, then?
Then I'll get H is equal to half GT square.
H is equal to half GT square. Okay.
Then I'll substitute the values or like G by 2 and then T square, and then I'll get H is equal to 38.4 meters.
Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, chalo. I'll just get back to you, Ryan.
Yeah, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I think so if you vary the value of G. Okay, Shravan, so with G value as 10, what you're getting? So this value, I think so 5 into 2.8 square. Okay, so 39.2. Acha, 39. So there are two values. If I use G as 9.8, I am getting it as 38.4. And if anyone is using G as 10, the answer will be 39.2 meter. Yeah, Shravan.
Sir, there's a much easier method of doing this, sir.
Tell me now.
Sir, to make calculations easier, instead of what Ram did as t is equal to 2.8, if we let it as 14 upon 5 and take G as 10, so 5 would cut, and what would be remaining is as 196 upon 5.
Okay. So instead of getting the decimal form over there, directly we can utilize in the second part. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Anant. Anant.
No, sir, I don't have any doubt.
No, you said na for the answer for the time.
Yeah, sir, I understood.
You understood? Okay.
Yes.
So anyone is having any doubt for the fourth question? Anyone want to ask related to any question for that? Yeah, Shatakshi.
Yes, sir.
Oh, how much you are getting?
Which question?
Fifth one.
10 root 30.
Acha, एक minute, Shatakshi, just be on the line. Ryan, yeah, tell me.
Yeah, sir. Sir, my doubt is not in question number 4. I was just recalculating question number 3, but I was not getting it.
Acha, you just do one thing. You send me your calculation on the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I'll just help you out where you are getting stuck. Will that be okay?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, totally fine.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, Shatakshi, tell me for the fifth one.
Sir, I don't know it is correct or not, but
Yeah, it's okay. You can at least try, na? Whatever answer you said, you just discuss that.
sir, so it is like I the type 2 horizontal projectile where height is half gt square.
Okay.
Height of the crater is 100 meter.
Okay.
Is so 100 is equal to half into G I use 10, but since it is on the moon, so it would be 10 by 6.
Okay.
So then I calculated, so I got T as 2 root 30. T square is 120, so T I got 2 root 30.
Okay. So that is 10.9 something.
Yeah. Similar things, since U is given 5 meter per second, so 5 2 root 30. I simply calculated.
Okay, so you're getting answer something around 54.
I don't know. 10 root 30.
Yeah, 10 root 30, we can say. So the answer can be 10 root 30 for the fifth one. So
yes.
Fifth answer, yeah, thank you, Shatakshi. It's correct. So why you were just afraid of saying? Okay, so the answer for the fifth one is 10 root 30. If you simplify that further, the answer will be around 55 meter. 55 meter. Approximately 55 meter. For the fifth question. Anyone is having any doubt for the fifth? So first to fifth, all the questions are of same type. Dhruv will explain you on that number. You just send me. Just post a hi on it. Dhruv. Okay, I'm just moving to the 6th question. So till 5th question, everything is clear. Yes, Surya?
Yes, sir. So, angle of 30 degrees, velocity is 40. How far will it travel? Just use the range formula.
Tell me again one more time.
So we know the velocity, we know the angle of projection, so we can just directly apply the range formula.
Acha, the range formula.
Yes, sir.
Acha. So directly what answer you will get then after applying the range formula?
I haven't calculated it, sir. So it should be u square sine 2 theta by g, right?
So what it will be around?
It'll be 1600 times sine 60, which is root 3 by 2, divided by 10. So 1600 by 10, so 160 times root 3 by 2, 80. So yeah,
80 root 3.
80 root 3.
Acha. Okay, 80 root 3. So 139 answer something. So 80 root 3 you're getting.
Yes, should be.
Okay, no problem. So I will just write over here. So the answer will be 80 root 3. And you took the value of G as?
10.
10. Okay, chalo. Or approximately even you could say that this answer will come around 140 meter or 139 meter something when you do.
Okay, sir.
Chalo. Thank you, Surya.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so the 7th one. Yeah, Naman. Yeah, Naman.
Sir, so we know the velocity and the angle, so we'll use the range formula to find the maximum range. And
how much you're getting?
Sir, calculate. I'm not calculated it.
Acha.
But
you
sir,
just tell me now
50
orally how it will be, how much it will be. Orally only you tell. Acha, you need the value of sine 50
Yes.
and cos 50, na?
Yes, sir.
Sine 50 is 0.77.
0.77.
Yeah, in 50, and these values will be specified in the exam. Sine 50 is this, and your cos 50 is your 0.64.
0.64.
Yeah.
So, sir, it will become 1600 into 0.77 into 0.64 into 2 divided by 10. Sir, 1 minute.
So just a simple multiplication, direct.
Sir, 157 approx. 157.7.
So I will take 158 directly. 158 meter approximately. Then
170 minus 158 will be the distance from pole.
Okay, so what is the answer?
Sir, 12 meters.
Yeah, correct. 12 meter. So you took G as 10, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Chalo, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Shravan?
Sir, I have many doubts in this question, sir.
Tell na.
Sir, so firstly, here we can't use the formula u square sine 2 theta.
Because sine 100 is not known.
Okay, sir. So next, u square we would get as 1600.
Correct.
And 1600 as he took 10, so it would get cancelled out, sir. So what would remain is 160. Sir, but when we multiply it with 2 sine theta cos theta, it would be less than 160, no, sir. As 0.77 into 0.64 would
So
lead
0.77 into 0.64 is coming around 0.49.
So even, okay, sir. So it would get cancelled out and be 160, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, but then the distance would be, okay, sir. So it's an approximate answer.
Yeah, it's an approximate. Now we are getting 157 point something. So I wrote it directly 158 to simplify the calculations for the next.
Okay, sir. So it can be even 10 meters as I took GS10.
Yeah, it is coming around 9 point something. Yeah, 9.9 something it is coming. If you take GS 9.8.
Sir, but I took GS10.
So how come it is coming to that much less answer?
Sir, you told that 0.77 to 0.64 equals to 0.5.
77 into 0.64 is equal to 0.49. Yeah, 0.5 approximately. But take two decimals, 0.49.
0.49. So when we multiply it with 2, we get as 0.98.
Correct.
We can, if we approximate it to 1, then
So
1,600.
that we cannot approximate not directly.
So then
Approximation can be done only at the final step.
okay, sir. So it would be 9.8 to 17, 158, sir. Something.
Yeah, yeah.
So it would be 170 minus 150. Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
correct.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Satakshi, if I take GS 9.8, then 9.8 part gets cancelled directly. You get over here as 16 and answer becomes your 10. Yeah, Ryan?
Sir, what does 1 centimeter long par hole
3
mean?
hole. Yeah, that means the final, what we say, the final
Where
post.
okay, the post, final
The
post.
final post is nothing but 170 meter away because it is said, na, it is teeing off. Teeing off means it is at the final
Yeah,
part.
in the okay.
Hmm.
So okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, Rana?
सर डाउट नहीं है सर, वो क्वेश्चन के लिए हैंड रेस किया था, नीचे करना भूल गया.
अच्छा, Adi?
So I did not understand that 12 meter wala part.
It is said ki how much far it is from the hole, because whatever velocity it has hit, it is just covering a range of 158 meter.
Yes,
And
sir.
it has to actually cover 170 meter to reach the hole.
Yes, sir.
So how far from the hole will the ball land? That is the difference, na, remaining distance.
Okay, sir. Understood.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So then the time is also up. So from 8th question to 16th question, you can just solve for the homework part. We can just discuss in the doubt sessions whenever we will have. And even you all being provided with the game to be played for the next chapter. So I hope you all be ready for the next week. So coming Saturday, we are going to start with your Newton's law. Hang time is the total time it is in air. Shaurya has sent in the doubts group. It's sent in the doubts group, Shaurya. Acha, time is there 15 minutes. Huh? Okay, I thought it's still 9. Chalo, then we can just move further. No problem. Yeah, time is still 9:15. We'll just continue. Someone had a doubt. Who was having a doubt? Parth. Yeah, Parth.
I wasn't having a doubt. I just wanted to ask
Clear the thing.
if relative velocity is going to be taught or next chapters.
Yeah, it will be in the next chapter start.
Next chapter, relative velocity. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so chalo, tell me for this question. Yeah, Anant, help me out. The 8th one, quickly. Anant. Yeah, Ryan.
So can I answer it?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so for hang time, we'll use the formula T is equal to 2u sine theta by g.
Yeah, correct.
Then we
So how much
know
you're getting?
So I'm getting the values 2.5 root 3.
2.5 root 3.
Yeah.
Wait, 2.5. So you put na root 3 values 1.732.
Yeah, so I'll get the value as 4.3 approximately.
Acha, 4.3. I'm getting 3.98 something.
Sir, why I did this was because 2u, then I took GS10.
Acha, you take GS10.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because in 15 it cancels out, right?
Okay, fine.
Like that.
So final answer you're getting it as?
4.3
seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, and for the second part?
For the second one, we'll use r is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g.
Okay.
Then we'll get 625 into root 3 by 20. And then we'll simplify that answer. And then we'll get it as 54.125 meters.
54.125. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Chalo, correct. So here time of flight and here range formula
Range
directly.
formula. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Chalo. Thank you, Ryan.
Welcome.
Yes, Satakshi, tell me.
Sir, even I took GS10, I got 3.6.
Okay, you got 3.6. If you're taking G value as 10.
For the first one. Time.
Okay, okay. Okay, no problem. And if you take 9.8, you will get 4.3. Anant?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Yes, sir. So, sir, in the ninth question, sir, 500 meter is the range given, and the angle is 45 degree. So
Okay.
we can simply apply the range formula. So, sir, by equating u, I get 8 hours 59 meter per second.
Okay, what G value you took?
Sir, I took 10.
Acha. And answer how much you're getting then?
59 meter per second.
59.
Yes,
How
sir.
come?
Sir, 500 is equal to 2u square by 10 root 2. So 5000 root 2 by 2
Wait a
is
minute.
equal.
Wait a minute. Again, you say what you said. 500 equal to?
Sir, 2u square by 10 root 2.
Why 10 root 2?
Sir, sine 45 is 1 by root 2. So 10
Some formula you're missing. Is R formula 2u square sine theta by g?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure range formula is 2u square sine theta by g? Anant?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure? I am asking you once again. Just confirm. Will the formula be 2u square sine theta by g?
Sir, I'm not sure, sir.
It's 2u square sine theta cos theta by g. If something try to recall. Because only in one formula it is simply sine. Either in time period or height. Okay. And since it is 45, so 45 said one condition. Whenever it is 45 degree, you directly apply the formula R equal to max u square by g.
Yes, sir.
Directly if you apply, you will get the answer.
Okay, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, chalo. Thank you, Anand. Okay, so for ninth question, see again 45 degrees directly specified. You can save your time. Directly apply u square by g. You will get answer as something around 70.7 meter per second. Yeah, Ryan, you want to ask something?
Yeah, so that's what I was saying for the ninth one, and in the eighth one also I was getting as 2.5 root 3 as the formula for time is 2u sine theta by g, right?
Yeah.
So u is 25. So 50 sine 60 by g, which is 5 sine 60. And sine 60 is root 3 by 2. So we'll get 2.5 root 3.
That is 4.3.
Okay. And sir, just one doubt in the 10th question in part A, is it at what velocity should he throw the bag?
Yeah, it is he.
And in such questions, do we consider that there is no distance between, there is a distance between where he's throwing and the window, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay,
The
thank you.
second part, they are asking the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, Rana, it's your question 10th one. Tell me.
हाँ सर आ गया आखिरकार मेरा क्वेश्चन यस हाँ तो सर 10 मीटर पे विंडो है, यानी 3 माले की बिल्डिंग पे उसको फेंकने का है, 10 मीटर का विंडो है, तो उसको हम
मेरे
लोग
को मतलब
इक्वेट
3 माले की बिल्डिंग है।
मैं प्रैक्टिकल किया ना सर, मेरे को मालूम है 3 माले की बिल्डिंग है।
अच्छा तुम फेंकते थे क्या?
ऐसे क्या मतलब है सर?
हाँ ठीक है, बताओ आगे बताओ।
हाँ सर, तो 10 माले की 3 माले की बिल्डिंग है, 10 मीटर पे है, तो उसको उसके फार्मूला से हाइट के मैक्स हाइट के फार्मूला से इक्वेट कर देंगे।
ओके
तो वो आ जाएगा u स्क्वायर sin स्क्वायर थीटा अपॉन 2g, तो वो आ जाएगा 10। अब सर यहाँ से u स्क्वायर आ जाएगा 800 अपॉन 3 का रूट।
ओके
और कैलकुलेटर में मत डालो, मैंने कैलकुलेट किया है, 16.32 वो है।
हाँ
उसके बाद सर जो हम लोग को निकालना था कि कितने डिस्टेंस पे वो खिड़की से कितने, मतलब बिल्डिंग से कितने दूर है खिड़की से, तो सर वो हाइपोटेन्यूज आ जाएगा। तो सर इसका बेस कितना दूर है, तो सर वो जो मैक्स रेंज है उसका हाफ आ जाएगा।
मैक्स रेंज का हाफ, ओके।
हाँ मैक्स रेंज जो है सर वो भी वेलोसिटी के इक्वली होगा, 40 अपॉन रूट 3, उसका हाफ 20 अपॉन रूट 3, और वो सर ऐसा कुछ 11.54 ऐसा आएगा।
अच्छा तो वेलोसिटी कितना मिला?
वेलोसिटी मिल गया 16.32।
16.32
हाँ
ओके। और फिर बाद में यहाँ पे तुमने अप्लाई कर दिया हाफ रेंज r/2, और ये r/2 अप्लाई करके आंसर कितना आया?
11.54।
7.54 ओके, चलेगा।
हाँ
एक
चलेगा।
मिनट मैं एक बार कैलकुलेशन चेक कर दूं।
अरे नहीं
हाँ
होगा सर।
करेक्ट है, करेक्ट है।
हाँ पता था मुझे।
प्रैक्टिकल किया है ना तुमने। चलो
हाँ सब पता है सर।
चलो थैंक यू।
हाँ बताइए।
Yeah, Parth, tell me.
Sir, why r/2?
Because whenever we consider the complete projectile at the max height, it is symmetric on both the sides. So the total range at maximum height is half the range.
Okay.
Because 10 meter we are considering the maximum height, na? It will take to reach. Yeah, Shravan.
Sir, so here we have to apply the formula that h equals to u square sin square theta upon 2g.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Sir, but then we get u as 20 root 2 root 3 root 2 upon root 3.
Yeah.
So, but after that, what should we do for how far from the house is he standing?
So that is half the range, no? Because it is your complete projectile. Whenever we talk about a complete projectile like this, at the maximum height is symmetric, na? So this distance and this distance will be same. So the complete range.
He's standing. Sir, can you let me edit the?
Yeah, tell me.
Photo, sir.
Yeah. Acha, you want to edit something?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you do.
Sir, so if this is the building and here he wants to throw, and here he is. So the distance between this point and him is what we should calculate, no sir?
No, not the window and that. How far is he standing? Like nothing but the horizontal distance they are talking about, not from the window. They are not talking about the displacement.
Okay,
they are
sir,
talking about this, na? They are just talking about the horizontal. How far from the building?
Well, okay, sir.
Yeah,
so
from the house, no? Yeah. If they would have specified, na?
Triangle.
Yeah, if the question is like how far from the window, if it is from the window, then you can say they need this answer.
Okay, sir. So we have to make the sir. So how should we proceed in this question?
Yeah, it is just like, since it is said that it has to just reach the window, means the velocity should be such that the maximum height is nothing but the height of the window.
Okay,
right?
sir.
So maximum height you got, and from that you got the velocity. And since it has to reach, so you should know na, at what half range it has to he has to stand, so that the packet reaches over there.
Okay, sir. So it
Since
should
it is
be
a
h/2 equals to r
not
by
h
2.
by 2, r by 2, r by 2. Yeah.
And you have to apply the range formula.
Yes, correct. And just divide by 2, you will get your answer.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Adi, tell me.
So I had a question for 9th. So can we use the formula of R max?
Yeah, we are directly using that only. I said since it is 45 now, directly you can apply the formula for R max U square by G.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, and here we should take the angles as 60 only, no, sir.
Yeah, I didn't get you.
Sir, so for calculating R by 2, we have to take the angle as 60 only, no, sir.
Yeah, angle is 60 only. Angle, so it is not going to change, no? So it is a complete projectile. Just since we are talking about the maximum height, so at the maximum height, it is symmetric on both the sides. So the entire range will be divided into two equal parts. Okay. So chalo, so remaining 6 questions, you can just take it as homework. We will discuss in the doubts class. Or else you can just put on the WhatsApp. I will just discuss over there if anything you need. So we'll just meet the next week with a new fresh chapter. Before that, we'll just going to learn something about relative velocity. Okay, chalo, bye bye, take care. Thanks a lot everyone for your kind attention. Bye bye. Yeah, Dhruv, it's critical.